very fired up for this SVPod, everybody. Lot to get to. Welcome. Stanford Steve is here. I am here. Red is here. Red came in like a bat out of hell and has apparently spent all of his energy on the greeting.
Yeah, what'd you do to him?
Nothing.
Get morning workouts in?
No, he was pissed. He was barking in there and like scratching at the door. I said, "You want to do a podcast?" Boom, up the stairs, came running in.
I know I was mad.
Why?
Because you left the house early.
We had a little school showcase presentation, Steve.
Yeah?
Big morning.
3rd grade?
Yeah, showing off the work. Last night at work, I predicted. What do you think you're going to see? I don't know. Probably a shoebox, some pipe cleaners, macaroni, elbow macaroni, a toilet paper roll, and this obviously represents the Industrial Revolution.
Oh.
Figure it out. No, that's not what it was. We had some science experiments. We had a thing on Sam did his thing on actually wrote a very interesting poem. I was impressed.
Got good genes for writing. You're a good writer.
Thanks, pal. No, there's a lot of stuff. We had like little dioramas, all sorts of, big morning. Big morning.
Good.
Kids are fired up.
They give it a grade on the spot, like A+. Walk out, big fist pump.
I don't know. I think pretty much
everyone gets an A.
It seems like that's how it goes these days. Every kid you talk to in high school, I have a 4.3.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's amazing.
Good for you, buddy. I had a 2.7. Maybe. I don't know how it works now. Everyone just has a 4-point plus. Like, it starts in 3rd grade.
And they tell you where they couldn't get into.
Exactly. Can't get in anywhere. No, but we had a big morning of that. Kids showing off their work. I honestly, the book, the little stories that he wrote, the thing he did on, the Cherokee Indians, and he was helping us understand how they built the places where they live. Very involved. And I said, "You should be proud, buddy." He said, "I am." There you go.
I'm leaving.
But there's the terror in the parents because it's over. Damn near over. School.
It's over.
Pray for everyone. It's just a catastrophe. The end is just a disaster. Because it's on you, man. You're camp counselor. What can I do? Figure it out. My God. I told this story. I told my kids, like, I don't know when it was. I said to them, I used to hit rocks with an aluminum bat. It's what we did. You ever heard of kick the can?
Kick it. Get to kicking.
Now it's just, I don't understand.
Yeah.
And it's coming with the quickness. When your kids in school?
Oh, not for a while.
See, this is that
June 17th.
You know what they say about private schools? The more you pay, the less they go.
Oh, that's a fact.
And I'm going to see if we can just get some bonus weeks. We could just have our kids crash at your kid's school.
No room. You don't want that.
Yeah, I do. I just want a place for them
camps.
to be. I hope we have camps.
Well,
I'm just going to give them some cardboard and some scissors and paste and tell them to make me a project. Something. It's really frightening. This is a big week, though, in the Coughlin household. Tell everybody what you got, Steve. Is this, first of all, is it a first?
I believe so. Multiple nights.
First what? Wifey's gone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What's she got?
Multiple nights.
What, she got a conference?
Yeah. Vegas.
Oh, this is a boondoggle.
Like, who makes this financial software world? I don't know where you guys are, but a May conference?
This is complete boondoggle, is what this is.
Yeah, Vegas. I'm like, May? All right.
They're out there just getting wrecked at Cosmopolitan, Aria, Wynn, Encore, whatever the new hotspots are.
Yeah, so we got a lot on the whiteboard calendar. We got swim season has started. Big evaluation today, 5-year-old evaluation. I'll let you come to that. But
did she get to the end of the pool? Yes.
Yeah, she'll do it. So then practice right after, then the other one, but the other one's doing, the travel swim. So that's a different place. We got carpools going. We got a recital / concert / presentation.
Here we go.
Tomorrow night.
Big.
So we still got soccer going. We still got some hoops going.
Hold on. This calendar of events is
color-coded.
Got a whiteboard with who did it, you or wifey?
I translated. I asked for a minute copy, and then I put it in my hieroglyphics.
All right. All I want to know is this. We work late at night.
Yeah.
The bus comes at what time?
Late. It's late. Like, I got up at 8:15 today.
What kind of school are Montgomery County operating?
They don't. This is where the problem is. We're at the bus stop for 8:50.
8:50?
Yeah.
8:50 bus?
But here's the deal. They get off the bus at 4.
What the fuck is going on?
And they come
Since
home.
When was this what it is?
Starving.
Of course
I'm
they do.
What time do you eat lunch? My 5-year-old's like, I think 11:45. I'm like,
Montgomery County, button it up. We need prompt buses at 8.
Yeah.
Got to be home before 4. These kids are starving to death. I don't care about the soccer and the swimming. I'm just trying to picture. It's you. It's 3 daughters.
Yeah.
And they are magnificent, wonderful girls. They are a lot of energy. High energy trio. And I'm picturing the meals.
Yep.
You made them?
No, we got a good mix this week.
What does that mean?
We're going breakfast sandwiches. We got cereal. We'll do eggs. Maybe have a little treat for Friday with a little bacon. Maybe.
But you're responsible for
we have a helper for the overnights. Okay. That's
I'm just picturing
we have to work.
Right.
But I mean, I'm gonna get woken up.
Yeah.
Like I know what's happening. So before yesterday, I said, hey, the number's 4.
Or what?
Of your favorite outfits. Go find them. Because number 1 is Tuesday. Number 2 is Wednesday. 3,
4.
Get me to Friday.
All right. It's like Garanimals. Anybody remember those? It's like that. Just match them.
Yeah.
4 outfits, 4 days.
You
caught a break because Monday's a day off, so you didn't have to do that.
Was huge.
That's 20% less. 20% less days to have to account for.
Wifey helped out big time.
I just want to stop. This is where I'd like to say to my wife and all the wives out there. I don't know how you do it. You're the superheroes. Truly, you are. If this were me, you're not even a day in. This is day 1, and they got on the bus at 8:50. For God's sake.
Yeah.
So they're there. They have their day 1 outfits on.
We're good. I got up at 8:15. Hey, Dad, we're ready to go.
Awesome. But I'm just, if this were me, already the train would be off the tracks.
No.
Charlie's lunch would be, Dad, can I have M&Ms? Fine.
Here's the deal. You got it.
Lila, I'm gonna DoorDash you some whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever you want.
I mean, it would be just, I would be not even survive in advance. It would be hold on for dear life just to get to lunch, just to get to dinner. I mean, I would just try. I think I would give up.
No, you got to give the kids credit because you have, like, Lila can handle things, where it's like, hey, Charlie, is your water bottle filled? Or, hey, what are you bringing for snack? Stuff like that. So, like, they do that mostly on their own. But that's where I'm like, hey, this week, if you forget a snack, good luck. So you're packing your snacks.
Snack packers.
I don't care if you bring 4 bags of Lay's potato chips.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't care. It's 4 days. We are about surviving. I told them on the bus ride or the car to the bus ride today, I said, today, girls, this week is about attitude. And what is it about attitude? You have a great attitude.
Bang.
No matter what gets in our way, we're going to go right through it. I don't care.
How was the attitude this morning?
Excellent.
That's so great.
Smiles.
Yeah.
But now, Because you can always tell, too, at the bus stop when they get off the bus and you just see the head down.
That's because they're exhausted because it's 4 o'clock and they haven't had any food since 11.
And they're starving. But dropped them off, went right to the grocery store. The big changes at the teat.
That's Harris Teeter for those that don't know.
No more plastic bags.
What do you have?
All paper.
Okay,
going back to the old school.
So do you, have to pay for them?
5 cents.
Do they have
good
handles?
Ones? They got the handles.
Handles.
Yeah.
All right.
But I had to tell my man, I'm like, hey, you can't put the gallon of lemonade and milk and iced tea in the same bag. Not going to work. All right. How about no bags for the gallon?
You don't do the check. You don't check yourself out.
No. Are you nuts? Harris Teeter, they bag it for you.
Deep.
Bagging's like I had buddies like that was a good job actually in high school was to go work at Claridis, which was the grocery store.
What's it called?
Claridis.
Never heard of it.
No, it was the Valley. You don't know about the.
Shout out to Stop and Shop in West Hartford. Angriest old people in the world. Those people just.
Where was the one you would go to after work?
Oh, the late night one in Bristol?
What was the name of that place? It was on Queen Street.
It's me.
Price Chopper.
Bang.
Yes.
Yeah, but
you
I'm
want
talking,
to talk about a place.
Yeah.
Whoa, buddy.
It got sketchy in the chopper.
Queen Street, 3 a.m. Buckle up. Man.
I'm just having flashbacks, though, to the Stop and Shop
Oh,
in West Hartford. They were just
mean as a snake.
Angriest old people you ever saw. Then we had the COVID where there were arrows on the lanes. In the history of dumb things, nothing's ever been dumber than you have to walk in this direction down the cereal aisle. Or what? We all die? I'll never forget in the middle of it, I walked down the wrong way to grab some cereal.
With your mask on.
Of course. And some lady, she started yelling at me. And I just was done. And I'm like, I'm just getting some cereal. You're not going to die.
Oh, maybe.
Shut up! We were all on edge.
Oh.
I walked this way and the arrow's that way. Oh, God, it's a shame. Louise is dead. Out in Granby. Because Scott walked this way to get some corn pops.
Mm.
I lost the plot here. What this is about attitude.
Yes. Overcoming adversity.
That's definitely about that.
We're going to go right through it, no matter what. I do plan on getting some lessons learned during this time when Mom's not here to show you're capable. You don't need her to pick out every bathing suit. I mean, we go through a lot of bathing suits. We got a lot of swimming. Find them.
Yep.
And pick one. You could put on your clothes. You don't need me for that.
Mm-hmm.
You've all done it before.
Yeah.
We're just doing it when somebody's not here. That's all.
Can I ask a question about your children with socks?
Oh, God.
When my children walk in the door, I think they eject off their feet.
Shoes.
I don't know how. Where are your shoes? There's one
underneath the kitchen table.
But then
6 pair.
But then there's one on one level, and then somehow one will just be up on a different level. How did that happen? What kind of magic trick is this?
It's the like the Velcro on the top where they don't have to lace them.
And then they kick them.
Yeah, and they just kick them. It's like, oh, how's there a piece of mud on the ceiling?
Shoes.
Olivia kicked her shoe up there.
It happens. But socks everywhere. Do they match? Makes no difference. We've covered this years ago.
I've asked.
If you have 2 socks, you have a pair of socks. I don't care what color they are.
And in that, I've asked forever, can we buy, I don't care how many dozen, of the same
Thank you.
sock?
Whites, pinks, yellows,
I don't care what they are. Just buy 1 billion of them.
It's so true. No, we got to get the fancy ones, like the black with the green toes.
Oh.
No. And then you got a red one with a blue toe. I don't give a shit. Put them on.
It's because I do all the laundry, too, so I get the brunt of that. But we got the 1 sock basket. Chock full.
How many are in there?
Not as many as the water bottles. I'd say a good 35.
Minimum. If I walk in there right now, I could find a wicker basket. And conservatively, at least 30, maybe up to 50.
Mm.
Just random rogue socks. Where are the others? No one knows.
No one knows.
Hey, did you tune in for some playoff talk? Tough shit. Steve's running a solo house this week, and we're trying to help the man get through.
We got it.
I admire you. Your attitude. Your attitude's great because they're going to follow your lead, and you got a smile on. You're not a voice raiser much, are you?
Oh yeah.
Are you? When you get loud, do they get quiet?
It's instant tears. That's the other thing. There's a lot of emotions as they're getting older.
3 daughters.
I know, but it's just right to tears. I'm like, there's no in between where we could talk.
Well, no one likes being corrected.
Oh,
loudly.
And the other thing that's driving me nuts is, you know what their favorite saying is now?
I don't. What?
I don't know. What do you want for dinner? I don't know. I'm like, okay. Say it one more time and see what you get. You ever had Brussels sprouts? Well, guess what?
Dad picked up a gross brush of sprouts at the teat. I'm going to saute some sprouts
for
you.
Throw them on the foil and grill them.
I don't know.
You're going to smell them before you have to eat them.
Yeah,
they're rough.
Yeah, that would be one and done probably. Yeah, I mean, kids, it's a limited lens though of what we're looking at for the menu, isn't it? I mean, you don't have it's not like they're going to say, "Hey, we got any of that rainbow trout?"
But it was a good trick I pulled at a graduation party. Fat Pete's, our favorite,
love it,
was catering, and they do like the turkey, but thick chunks of turkey, like the way they cut it.
Mm-hmm.
So the kids were at the graduation party. I said, "Hey, this is a pork chop. It's cut like thick like a pork chop."
So you lied to your children.
Yeah, and you know what they did?
Ate it
like wolves.
These pork chops are great.
So we're getting there because the youngest one isn't in on ham. She ate it at Easter, but she wants it like the thick you know, like
ham.
the well, not rotisserie. What's that kind of ham? Whatever. The ham you put in the oven. Yeah,
honey baked,
but thicker, honey baked. And then the turkey, we just got to make sure it's thick like a pork chop.
Or it is a pork chop as far as they know.
There you go.
So in review, it's all about attitude. Day one outfits,
vegetables and fruit.
Portions are key. You just got to cut up apples and grapes and just put them in a bowl, and then everyone's just.
I made an unbelievable fruit cocktail, I guess you would call it.
Did you?
Yeah, watermelon, pineapple, strawberries, grapes. They like honeydew. It's fucking disgusting.
Couldn't agree more.
And guess what happened? Everything was eaten besides, I ate a lot of the pineapple. But I was told the seeds from the pineapple got on the honeydew, and that's why we don't like the honeydew.
Seeds got on it.
Yeah. I'm like, listen to what you just said. Now bite into that pineapple. Cut your mouth like razors.
Right. Oh, my God.
Yeah, we're here. Yeah, big. I mean, yesterday is the day where you're like, holy shit, we're in it. Because it's Memorial Day. It's picnic at the pool. And we were there Sunday. It was nice, quiet. Weather worked out.
Wifey, meanwhile, she's in the Sphere taking edibles.
No, she was
watching
there.
Dead and Company.
No, she was there.
Oh, okay.
She was there. But then yesterday is, you know, hey, pay for so-and-so. We'll put the food out. Like, we get there at 1 something. It's complete mayhem. No one knows where their kids are. I'm like, it's a pool, a kiddie pool, and a little bullshit playground. Find your kids.
Figure it out.
Watch your kids.
Be a parent.
Put the high noon down. Right?
You're in charge of your children.
But you just walk in, it's just mayhem. So
that's how it started.
Practice starts today, and we're in it. What time what week do those country clubs get together?
I don't know.
I think just make it up. Tell them they have practice and bring them. From 7 to 7.
I just admire that you're so capable. You're better than me at this. I just,
you know what the key is?
I don't. Attitude, I think.
Getting up. You just gotta get up, and it sucks. That's where we're up against it.
Right, because we
lay down last night, whatever, 2:30, 3 o'clock,
and then the alarm's off.
8:15. I'm like,
it's not enough.
But you know what else I also think about? At least I'm not hungover. Because if I was hungover, no chance.
Well,
snooze. See you later.
Well, this is
Daddy's rolling back over.
This is not a week for that. There can
No.
be no hungover.
Absolutely.
We
not.
need clarity and we need focus and we need the attitude.
Yep.
And again, to all of y'all out there doing it. Hey, there's dads that this is what they do all the time.
No doubt.
To you, salute, sir. But to all the ladies, all the mamas.
This week's my tribute to all of them. We're going to do it.
We admire you and we recognize that what you do, at least let me say it for me, what you do, I could not do. I am not good at it. I don't have the requisite patience. And I'm also not tough enough because they'd say, could I have this? And I'd go, okay. Oh, sure. You'd come home, there'd be 9 pounds of M&Ms just gone. Not screen time, though, I'm good on that. Like, we can't just have our face in a screen all damn day.
That's the best thing about the pool.
No doubt. Outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
All
Get
right.
out there. Good air. Got a question for you.
Attitude.
As we move on.
All right. Shall we?
Yeah. Who has a better chance of winning a series, the Stars or the Knicks?
Stars have game 4. We're talking on a Tuesday tonight on the road against Edmonton. The Knicks. I don't think Edmonton is losing. But every time I've doubted the Stars, they prove me wrong. And at the end of like Gordo was convinced after the end of the PGA that somehow
Xander was top 20.
After the Avalanche series, I was waiting for Colorado to have another game. It ended in 7. They lost. But I'm like, no, but they were better. No, they weren't. Both teams face game 4s on the road. I made the point on SportsCenter Monday night. Indiana has lost game 3 of every series, and they have not lost 2 in a row in any series. I think Indiana's better. I picked them here a week ago. I just think they're better. So I think Indiana and Edmonton will both win, but you asked me who's got a better chance. I don't see how Edmonton loses 2 of the next 4 games, 5 games. However many, what's the math? They've played 3. So I don't see how they're going to lose 3 of the next 4.
Okay. Or the Pacers.
I don't think either one. I like the Pacers before the series started. That said, I mean, Tuesday night now is an enormous game for Indiana. You don't want to. It's like tennis. You get a break. You don't want to give the break right back, and they would surrender that if they were to lose tonight. But they've not only have they won all their game 4s, they've won going away in all their game 4s. I say all of them like there's 20. There's only been 2, but still, that game 3. It was 20-point lead. Everybody's happy, and they're getting alley-oops and whatever. And then the Knicks scored just enough before the half where it felt like suddenly it's 13, and you're like, this game's not over. Now, granted, that lead ballooned again in the 3rd, but they've come back enough, and they've won enough on the road that you better put them to bed when you can. But I don't know. I just think the Pacers, again, I think Indiana's been the better team.
Yeah, it's unfortunate the way the series started for the Knicks. I just look at the opportunity you get, and like I've talked about so many times of being friends and family with diehard Knicks fans, but like it's always been a health issue. They've always gotten somebody dinged up. They've always lost somebody, and like you have this opportunity, and then those first 2 games happen at home. I do think it was very much a positive the way they won, with Brunson not being the focal point of the comeback.
And Cat being the guy in the 4th quarter, a guy that was on the bench in game 2 that was out there and went nuts in the 4th quarter. You're right. Brunson was in foul trouble. He went to the bench, and that's when the comeback started.
Yeah, and whether it was Shamet or DeLon Wright, like whoever it was, guys were giving their all. Josh Hart, you saw him with a sense of urgency, then making the move to put Mitchell in to start the quarter. Then that takes it away the end of the quarter. Haka Robinson, whatever you want to call it now. So I thought that was super smart. But I look at Tom Thibodeau, and I just like he's orchestrated 3 incredible comebacks in the biggest spots of the season. And it still feels like there's a bunch of naysayers out there. And it's like, oh, he rides him too hard. But I was like, Who's still playing right now? There's 4 teams. You know?
When a guy has a, what's the word? When there's a rep that a guy has that becomes a net negative, they're going to just hammer that like a piñata forever. So people are just going to act like usage rate, minutes, just he runs people into the ground, just hit it like a piñata. That's the reason something happens, which just allows you conveniently not to give credit to other teams if they beat them. You know what I mean? So I think that's what it is with Tibbs. I think that it's a rep for a reason. He gets his guys and he rides them.
Yeah.
But to your point, there's 4 teams playing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, enough's enough. You would have loved it because when you went on the air last night, right after the Timberwolves Thunder game, the internet wants to change the end of games now where you can't foul when you're up 3, so they can only shoot 2 free
That's
throws.
like when you lose a bet and everyone wants the books to void the bet.
Yeah.
You lost the bet. This is the rule.
Everyone has said forever, foul when you're up 3. Foul when you're up 3.
And now we want to.
So now you see the team do it, execute it perfectly
3 times.
Because earlier in the playoffs, they screwed it up.
Correct.
And now they're saying it's an intentional foul. I'm like, no, it's not. It's a reach. He's going for the ball. It's not an intentional foul.
Every foul at the end of games, in college in particular, you're fouling. You're intentionally fouling, but you
go for the ball.
Correct.
You know,
I just don't understand why everybody wants to fix everything that doesn't need to get fixed. This is part of the game. It's a strategy, and I don't know if this is everyone or if this is just a few people on Twitter. And you're turning it into everything, which I'm guilty of.
I felt like it was the whole thing.
And what's the point?
They want it changed.
To what? Oh, you get the ball?
Yeah. Like an intentional foul. Like, what are you talking about?
Come on, man.
Basketball.
We live in a society.
Sorry, every series is going to go 7 games. And if it goes 7, you want it to go 9 or 11.
And then you know what you get if you get OKC and the Pacers. You know what people are going to talk about? Oh, the ratings. We work at the place where the ratings matter, and I'm just going to say I don't care what they are.
I'm fired up.
It's like movies. If a movie does big box office, but it's a shitty movie, well, it made a bunch of money, but the movie sucked. Conversely, you could have an art house film, cinema. Again, shout out to the real ones. Took some film classes. So you could have a great movie, and if it's not consumed widely, that doesn't mean it's not a great movie. It's irrelevant to whether it's a good movie or not. My sense of if you get Thunder, which we're a game away from, Pacers, Tuesday night's game being massive in terms of which way that series is going to go, if that's the series, it'll be wildly entertaining.
Just like Suns-Bucks a couple of years ago. Awesome series.
If it's great basketball, the ratings, unless you work at our shop, are of no consequence to you. None. But I'm sure it'll be a topic of conversation if they're not enormous, because you don't get gigantic fan bases or cities, media markets, whatever. It'll be entertaining basketball if that's what you get. A big picture question about the Thunder. And I was looking at some stuff on Presti, and I definitely made fun of the idea of, oh, hey, cool, you got 7 more second-round picks in 2030. The accumulation of assets that they used and how those assets turned into what they now have is actually a pretty fascinating thing. The connection to Paul George and how he was moved by both the Thunder and the Pacers for pieces that could end up being a finals with what the net gains were from that are really interesting. But I can't help but think if the Thunder get there, that we'll be guilty of doing what we did in 2012 when we had the SVP and Russillo show. And what was the point I made about the Thunder then? I'm asking you to remember something more than a decade ago. I was yelling, enjoy right now. Because if you remember at the time, they had Westbrook, Harden, and Durant. All were like 23 or younger. One of the youngest core groups we've ever seen make it to the finals. Oh, man, these guys are going to be awesome forever. This is amazing. Or they'll never go again. This is it. Now, with Shea's 26, Jalen Williams 24, Chet's 23, and they assembled it via trade and via the draft picks that Presti accumulated. It's the envy of what you want if you're an organization. Like, you look at Philly, and Philly fans are going, like, that was a pretty good process that they had, right?
Mm-hmm.
But just because it feels like it's the beginning of something that's got a mile of runway, you just never know how things go. You just don't. The one thing I'd say about this core group is it seems that everyone takes their cues from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's as stoic as anybody. I asked Williams about it last night on SportsCenter. I was like, I'm impressed with how unimpressed you all seem to be. Like, they've won 79 games between the regular season and the playoffs. They could be as extravagant and arrogant as they wish. They just aren't. So it seems like this could be a group that's together for a while, but things just rarely go as planned. So I'm just struck by remembering a Thunder team that was young, that seemed like the world was their oyster. And this Thunder team, all of this is to say, if you can win it right now, win it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the idea that you're going to have unlimited time just never happens. Look at Minnesota. This is the second straight year they're in the Eastern Conference Finals. If they lose here on Wednesday or whenever, will this team look the same moving forward with Randall and Alexander Walker as like free agents? And after, wasn't he their leading scorer last night?
I think so.
He had 30 some odd. Just, my point is simply that whatever is now should be celebrated, because the idea that it will be tomorrow or 2 or 3 years from now, just unlikely.
Well, that's my issue, is I don't think the fans are celebrating it. Like, it's a plan, and that's why I think I believe we agree about the Sixers. They just never would take a player or get a good player. They just kept pushing it back.
No, we want to kick this can down the road till infinity.
But okay,
I thought the Thunder were guilty of it too, and they.
I didn't.
They clearly weren't.
When
they
got SGA, I thought that was genius, because then you got him. Then you're in the bubble. You got Chris Paul. It's like, how is this going to work? Guess what? A team has success with Chris Paul on it, and then you start finding your things. In the same draft, they get Chet and Jalen Williams. Like, that's you're going in here.
Big credit for the Williams pick, because I mean, Santa Clara, right?
Nobody watched them.
I saw him. Dave Fleming games. Come on.
That's true.
Shout out to Flem. But I thought, okay, he's good in the West Coast Conference. Whatever. I didn't have him as being an absolute killer in a game where every single time the Thunder made a rally, every time, they had not just an answer, but the answer, the ultimate knockout. And it was Williams that took and made monster shots over and over again. He had 34 points. Now, Shai had 40. I mean, the two of them both had career playoff highs in the same game. I had no idea. I mean, everyone thought Chet would be awesome, and he is.
Mm-hmm.
But I had no clue that J-Dub, not J-Will, they have a J-Will, but that I didn't know that Jalen Williams would be this.
Yeah, but that's the other part of this that people just can't fathom, I guess. And I'm glad Legs pointed out, is he was the guy last year that got a brunt of the criticism because he didn't play well in that Mavs series. Like, just did not play well. Had the spotlight, and then you go back even further. It's their third year.
Well, they looked young last year because they were and they are still.
Sorry they were the 1 seed and they were young.
Right.
They hadn't been there. It's part of this process. I mean, I go back to Jordan.
Of course.
How many times did he fail? You know?
I've said it a million times. Everybody know. Well, not everybody. Younger listeners won't know.
You have those?
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe. Any young. We had Canadian people. We said no one in Canada is listening. People in Canada,
4.
Shout out to our 4 Canadian listeners. Miroslav Freecher, Danny Dahu's family. If you're younger, 3 or 4 listeners, Boston delayed Detroit, Detroit delayed Chicago, and then Chicago just didn't have anybody left. They were last team standing for quite some time. But it typically is part of the process. You learn how to do it. It seems like they're learning how to do it, right?
Yeah.
We're going to the finals, by the way. Breaking news.
Mahogany, OKC, what's up?
What is that?
Great restaurant.
Can we get in?
Mickey Mantle's still open. Another great one.
Okay.
Bricktown, dude.
We're coming. I don't have to go
Windhorse.
to
Windhorse is going to bring us around.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he owns that city.
I think Wendy's. I think
He owns every NBA city.
Of course he does. We'll just hang with Wendy. Say we know Wendy. Can we get in for a meal? We have 5:00 or 10:30. Okay.
Brian usually likes the 5:30, and then he goes to shoot around.
Good call. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, great.
And I'm not saying it's OKC
fan bases
yet, but if it were,
no matter where we go,
that would be cool to go because I am looking forward to experiencing what that is. That venue seems really singular, feels the most like a college base in the NBA.
Good luck with your hearing aids.
Well,
you're going to have to take them off.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to have them in. Just makes everything else louder.
Oh man.
Fine, we'll get the ones that we wear on the road that you just jam them in your brain.
Horn.
We'll get our audio guy.
Horn on the road.
Get Horn on the. Is he part of that?
I don't know.
I was just so impressed with Thunder's ability to answer every single haymaker on a night where Ant was locked up mostly. He said afterwards, "I made all the right plays." I agree. I think you waited for him to try to shoulder more of the scoring load, but then Legs made the point, and it's true. Teams love, we switch everything. Well, I'm just gonna keep switching until I get the matchup I want, then I'm gonna attack you. But they go from Dort, good luck, to Caruso, okay. Then you get passed off to Williams, elite defender. And then if you get past all that and it's Chet, he's got arms from here to tomorrow. The depth of their defensive talent is outrageous. So I don't feel like Ant was supposed to take 20 shots if they were lousy shots. He kept setting up people to make threes, and guys did. What was the stat you told me last night? The teams that have shot over 50% and made 18 threes in a playoff game was like 55-0.
Yeah.
Now they're 55-1 because OKC managed to beat Minnesota on a night when they had those numbers.
And that's a tough one. I know we talked about the Knicks game one against the Celtics when the Celtics shoot that bad from three,
15
and you're
to
still
60.
down 20,
right.
And you have to win that game.
Yep.
Minnesota had to.
And they
had to.
I saw a Russillo tweet like Oklahoma is the only team that could have won that game. I get the point. I don't know. Can't know that that's true. Somebody else could have. I don't know how they'd have done it. I just think it speaks to a team that's won 79 games, and their ability to answer. I wrote this down. I'm just curious. It's not even a question. It's just Ant versus SGA. Starting today, looking down the road. One's the MVP. I get it. One's a little older, but Ant was the guy that people like face of the league. You know that whole conversation. Who do you prefer?
Ant.
Mm-hmm. I think his ability to impact the game with the manner that he goes about it is, I mean, he's the MVP. I guess this isn't exactly. I'm not asking you to choose between like filet and fake pork.
Oh, I was just going based on who I would rather watch.
Oh, watch.
Yeah.
I'm asking your Sam Presti. Well, that's a bad example because he's the GM of the team that has him. Like
he's going to take.
Of course.
Yeah. So
I entered into this postseason. I remember saying that I thought at the end of the Lakers series that there'd be conversation that Ant's the biggest star in that series. And they didn't win only because of him. When he plays to his ceiling and goes wild, he's just incredibly entertaining to watch.
Led the NBA in threes.
He had like 3 that were halfway down last night that didn't stay down. One's just so stoic and never gets fired up, and Ant plays. I relate more to Ant. I would be an extravagant shit talker if I were him, because why wouldn't you be? No one out here can hold me. I can do just outrageous things. I don't relate to the calm and the poise of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I can identify more with not the talent, obviously, of Edwards, but I think that's how I'm wired. I just think that over and over and over again, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just puts you to bed, just beats you.
Yep, he's got great pieces. A couple things.
Doesn't go fast.
I worry about Ant because He's so bouncy in everything he does and has been. And now he's the point guard. And I wonder about how ball dominant he is. He talks about, I agreed with him last night. I thought he was great.
Made the right play over and over again.
Sidetrack. Thank you for talking after a loss, Ant. I appreciate that. You didn't do it in OKC. That gets me back to Karl Anthony Towns. We didn't touch on before.
Halliburton didn't talk when he had 4 points in their loss against whoever. Like, guys don't talk if they lose.
And then, like, we aired the Towns after the Game 2 loss where he's just throwing every single thing. And then I see him do 6 interviews after they win the other night. I'm like, guys, just come on. I don't understand how hard it is. I texted Coach Crean last night. I was like, I'm so happy Anthony, because he always calls his players by his first name. Victor Oladipo. Wayne always does that. That's his thing. I said, I'm so happy Anthony spoke. He was great, too. He's like, I didn't think I had a problem with the way I played. I made the right plays. They were hoarding me when I drove. But I'm like, thank you for talking.
Speaking of Coach Crean, pretty cool to see Dwayne on with my take.
Oh, God, that was unreal.
Who did he give credit to? Coach Crean.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards earlier this playoff run. Who did he give credit to? Coach Crean. I love that he's on our air. Why isn't he coaching? That guy's Indiana could go back and get a do-over. You think they'd go back and stay with Tom Crean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you might not have had this lost chunk of time, but he's better than y'all thought.
Banner's got a lot older.
That's true, right?
No, but just going back, I worry that everybody thinks they could be Ant. Like, be the point guard, be the best scorer, be the best three-point shooter, be the best dunker. You know, like that's why he's where he is, you know? And I watch a lot of basketball and I'm like, is there any Chris Pauls left? Where's the point guards? You know, SGA has added scoring to his, like, he wasn't that kind. I mean, he was a scorer at Kentucky, but he's gotten his game a lot better.
40,
and I just
40 last night.
Wonder about the game, you know, the true point guard.
Mm-hmm.
Not many.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously older, but I think back to the day when it was like New York City point guards. It was Kenny Anderson, it was Steph Marbury. It was like people like that. The game's very different. If you can have a dynamic force that is a 3-level guy, which Anthony Edwards is, then put the ball in his hands. I just don't. To your point you're making, that guy's maybe not singular, but there aren't a handful of guys that are that gifted.
That's my point, and I wonder if everybody's trying to model that deal.
Well, that'd be a poor path to try to take, because I mean, his physical, just his size and his bounce and his strength. I don't know. I love everything about the way the guy plays and competes. But it would appear that the time remaining for them is, I mean, they're going to be up against it Wednesday night. You're 8-point dog on the road.
Desperate.
Yep. But give credit to the Thunder. I mean, they won a game.
Doubt.
They won a game statistically they weren't supposed to win. And they did. So apparently OKC could be on our future itinerary. You asked me about who has a better chance to win: a Stars, who are down 2-1 on the road Tuesday night, and the Pacers. Do you share my feeling on the Pacers? That
Yeah, I picked them before a series.
I just want to make sure we still felt the same. I picked both dogs. I was wrong about Minnesota.
I wish they still played the NASCAR sound, or Indy 500 sound.
Yeah, that's
remember Market
Square Arena? Sure, Rick Smits.
He was there the other night.
I saw him.
He's got hair. Remember when they all shaved their heads?
Mm-hmm.
When Bird was the coach?
Yep.
Mully had a shaved head.
Mully could go. The youngsters
team was so close.
Yes, they were. What do I have for you here on the card? We talked about this at work last night. Just odd things that have happened in the playoffs. The Twins' record against the Yankees doesn't make any sense. Like 2-16 and like lost 13 straight playoff games. The Carolina Hurricanes had lost 15 consecutive Eastern Conference Final games till they broke through in Game 4 Monday night against Florida. Florida's unbelievable to me. We've been in the tank for Maurice over the past few years. Just his pressers.
He's your favorite coach of all time.
Ooh.
He is.
I've been at this a while. I think he is. I just love.
Did you see his horse shit quote last night?
Yeah, about the 2
I told
goals.
you on the air. I didn't get it. I should have just. I got to do that. I just got to play those things for you in a break.
Yeah, it was funny.
No one in the control room has a headset on, so no one tells us how much time's left.
That's a little for our producers.
Bristol,
Communications.
let us know when we're off.
Communication's helpful.
Come on.
No, I love him. He had the quote about shotgunning a beer and going to church. It's the Canadian accent. It's the delivery. It's the way he's so stoic, but he's also talking in a way where you can tell that he's kind of a little twinkle in his eye because he's going to say something sort of funny here in a minute.
And the frames have gotten bigger, so you can't see the eye angle. He's always moving the eyes side to side in press conferences. You can't see it anymore.
He upgraded the frame game.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you win a cup.
We got bad news for you. If they won last night, we would have had him on the show tonight.
Oh, man. Well, we'll get him somewhere down the road.
I would hope so.
I have to ask the follow-up to the question from last June. How does this change your life? I hope it doesn't. But I'm going to skate the hell out of these guys in camp because I got carte blanche. I just want to find out, what did you do in camp?
Where's he going, South Beach?
Who, him? Wherever the fuck he wants because he's Paul Maurice.
Canada guys in South Beaches.
I think Canada.
Or they just stay at the elbow room.
I think they figure it out.
World famous.
They figure it out. But just, I think the Carolina thing, losing 15 consecutive games, to be good enough to get to that level, right? You already beat Jersey and the Caps in 5 games each. And you look completely, and matchups in every sport matter, and I don't pretend to understand the sport well enough to explain it other than to say Florida's just massively better. Obviously, they've demonstrated as much, but it doesn't make any sense that a team's good enough to win 8 Stanley Cup playoff games, then they get to a level and they lose 15 straight at that point. That makes no sense to me. Makes less sense to me than baseball. In baseball, you could just win a playoff game by accident. Somebody goes out and has untouchable stuff one day, or the other pitcher doesn't. But I have no idea how you lose that many games in a row at this stage.
Bad matchup.
Is that what it is?
Multiple years in a row.
I mean, 4 straight years is just a bad matchup. 4 straight years you're better than two teams, and then you can't win a game. I mean, they did win a game the other night, so you're last night, I should say. So you're on the board.
You can get an extra poke check.
Good sticks. I think that's the key. Good stick.
Bucci mentioning Florida's wall game the other night.
Gotta have wall game. I think
I'll pin you right against.
I've said that forever, Steve. I've been at this for 25 years. I've been preaching wall game. I don't even know what that means. Was that just where they crush you against the boards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Multiple times.
Sure. I have other things on here.
I have stuff.
Please go.
You mentioned baseball.
I did.
You're familiar with Shohei Ohtani?
I am. Do you want to check his bat, Steve?
I do. But first,
okay.
I'm a little tired of the act.
What's the act?
The act is this all shucks deal. Doesn't want the attention. Had the incident with the gambling, threw that guy to the wasteland. Wasn't me. Didn't have anything to do with it. And, has the press conference, but can't speak English. And every time I watch a Dodgers game, he's laughing with somebody in the dugout.
Well, that's Ichiro. I think that more comfortable in their own language than speaking English publicly. Ichiro clearly you're here this long, you understand how to speak. Like, I think like a lot of Latin players as well. Like, they prefer to do the interviews.
Just don't want to?
I think
like there's a great story of Dave Fleming's brother who helped Rafael Devers.
Huh?
He's like, I want to speak. I want to talk. And they go through that great article. Does them in English now.
Okay.
I think there's a want to there. I think so many guys, but then it's fine when they're in the dugout and they're in their happy place. And speaking of happy places.
You're just mad that he's that good and
Oh, he's incredible. Don't get me wrong, but a couple things.
Yeah.
If he's not about this attention, then why do you have to have a freaking bullpen session at Citi Field on Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock? They were playing in Cleveland the next day at 3 or 4 o'clock. He couldn't do it in Cleveland?
Just want to test the wing out, Steve. See how it's going.
Come on.
See how the old wind-up is going.
And he's out there with his jokes and everything during the bullpen session. Everything's fine and dandy. You didn't want to do that in Cleveland? You had to do it at Citi Field's mound?
Yep. That's where they did it.
And somebody, please
check the bat.
Please check his bat. I'm not saying it's corked at all.
What are you saying then, Steve?
You got to do, he's way too comfortable. I watched a video the other night, Davey Johnson with the Orioles. He checked A-Rod's bat, and the ump was like, all right, yeah, we'll look at it after this. Ken Griffey Jr. walks out of the dugout. He gives A-Rod his bat. Ken Griffey Jr. looks in the dugout at Davey Johnson and says, you want to check my bat too, motherfucker? A-Rod hit a homer with Griffey's bat. And Davey's just sitting there leaning on the one arm like he always did in the dugout, just shaking his head. And I'm like,
that's gamesmanship.
Exactly.
That's baseball.
It's mind games. Like, throw the guy off a little.
Okay.
I just, please, somebody do it. I'm not, buzz in the tower or whatever. I'm not saying that. Check the
I
bat.
was going to say, you're going to say, when
I mean, you could push him back a little bit. But
inside?
Just
okay.
figure it. I don't even know if he would know what's going on. And then that gets in his head even more. Like, this guy's
the
trying
bat.
to make me think just check his bat.
Pretty sure it's just a bat, Steve.
It takes 2 seconds.
You've been screaming it for years.
Why won't anyone do it?
I don't think you did it when he was with the Angels. I don't think you did it until you went to the National League, as I recall.
Looks like a different bat.
Okay. Any other baseball issues you want to sort out?
Orioles yes, I do. I have a big baseball.
Is Tarek Skubal the best pitcher in baseball?
He's unbelievable. Watched the game the other day.
Threw 103 on his last pitch. Orioles could have had him last year at the deadline. Didn't want to give up stuff. Actually, I don't know if they could have had him. They supposedly the price was too high. Would they really have parted with him? I don't know. Go ahead. What?
Baseball.
Scheduling. Okay.
The fact that a Memorial Day Saturday, I turn on the TV and there's 1 o'clock game on.
Memorial Day's Monday. You mean that weekend?
Memorial Day weekend.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
1 o'clock games. Always, forever. There's no more 1 o'clock baseball games on Saturday. Yesterday, 1 o'clock game on Memorial Day Monday.
What are we doing?
Play ball. WNBA. Memorial Day. Play ball. Why? What's going on?
I agree. When leagues that have an opportunity to grab attention and create, not standalone, because your point's not 1 o'clock game, go all day long. Own the day.
Yeah.
Celebrate the game.
Terrible.
Honor America. I mean, there's the most American of games, right? 4th of July or Independence, Memorial Day, honor those that made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. I totally agree. Totally agree. Play ball. The scheduling's poor. NFL they've totally dominated. They've figured it out.
Not on Mondays.
Yeah, that schedule's a little iffy.
They do play division games in the NFL, right?
Not on Mondays, they don't.
No.
Not on Mondays. Sunday nights, they do quite a bit. But they just were like, oh, hey, NBA, you guys like that Christmas thing? Yeah, sorry. We'll just mosey on in.
Thanksgiving for years.
I mean, Thanksgiving's always been theirs, but then the Christmas numbers are. Washington plays Dallas on Christmas. My children want to go.
Where's the game? Here?
Yeah.
Ooh. You're not down for that.
No, it's
what time's the game?
The night game.
Oh, that's fine.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. You don't do anything on Christmas night except sit in your couch.
That's not true. Our family, we do a big Christmas dinner.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. We do Christmas Eve.
And many do.
So that's, wow.
That's going to be
Are you going to win?
I don't know.
I don't think you're going to.
Probably not. Probably not.
I think you're outnumbered.
Might be. I just think, I don't know, man. Like NFL games, just so many drunks. I don't need a lot of drunk people screaming profanity on Jesus' birthday.
Happy birthday, Jesus.
Happy birthday, Jesus.
Throw the fucking ball.
Yeah, here's a guy in a hog snout screaming motherfucker.
That's fact.
It's what it is. It's what it is. Let's tighten it up.
Oh, I didn't know.
Shout out to Christ.
That you know what?
That was Harbaugh, by the way.
We applauded wives.
Yeah.
Which way is wifey leaning there? That's a big one.
She already knows what they want to do.
If wifey wants to go to the game, she's going to go to the game.
Well, and I'll tell them, well,
hail.
You guys have fun. I have a question about this.
Wow, that's a big one.
Oh, yeah, it is.
We're going to need check-ins on that one.
I have a question about the seasons. When does summer start?
Next Monday.
Why?
Because it's going to be hot. And it's June 2nd.
So it's
June.
It starts when it's hot?
Yeah, June.
So summer starts in June.
Yep.
Not Memorial Day.
Not recently.
Okay.
And it ends Dingo weekend.
That's in July?
Yeah, that's what Ed says.
Well, he's not in charge of the calendar. What is he, the Mayans? He's in charge of schedule of the calendar? No. I say it, especially as a parent. But if you go back to when you were a kid, summer starts when school ends.
Yeah.
So whenever it ends, sadly for us, sooner than for you, as soon as the kiddos are done with school, it's summer. Because now, what can we do? Kick the can. I don't think it's temperature related. It's not when it's hot. It's not a specific month on the calendar. It's not a holiday on the calendar. I think 100% is when school ends.
You know your kid's last day of school.
Yeah. Now, this is the last week.
Come on.
Swear to God.
Wow.
Next week, I think there's like some fake day.
Oh, those are the worst. Just to check the box.
Right.
That's what they do. Oh, we're here. You're not really, because we don't have to be here.
And you're not teaching them anything.
No.
You're just going to send them to the gym and let them do
Put the movie on.
right?
That's it.
Fire up Lilo and Stitch.
Do they have TVs in the room? Remember the teachers would have to rent it. It's like a big deal with the teachers. There's like 2
in the whole school.
TVs with VCRs. Middle school.
Buddy, I'm before you. We had slides and film, and it was just
That's a real?
Never worked. Never worked.
Name a movie you watched in school.
I don't have any recollection of watching one. No.
Meatballs?
Meatballs? In school?
Yeah.
Hey,
Summer camp movie.
Or 4th grade kids are just
I'm thinking middle school.
Cursing their face off.
Middle school, high school.
You're saying in school?
Yeah.
What kind of school showed meatballs in school?
I don't know. You went to high school in the 80s. I don't know what happened in the 80s.
Everybody was just trying hard to be like, no, actually, I was in college when that happened.
A lot of cigarettes.
Smoking at the bus stop. Anybody got a Marlboro for your boy? No, I didn't.
God, those guys smelled horrible.
Nah, right?
Oh.
My high school was...
Wouldn't even take a ride in their cars.
In the Monza. Did you hang your graduation tassel over your rear view mirror?
No, I went to college after I graduated high school.
Straight away? So you had to go to camp.
Like 3 weeks later, I went.
You didn't get one last victory lap summer?
No. We got it all in while we were in high school.
I bet you did. I bet you did. Let me tell you what my son did for me. Came home from the Emmys. Congrats to Ernie Johnson, winner of the Emmy. 0-9. Niner. My wife picked up my youngest son from school. She had to drop something off. Normally I pick him up. She picked him up. I was somewhere in the house. I came into the kitchen. He's eating a cupcake, and my little guy sees me after I lost, and he looks at me with his mouth full of cupcake and goes, "Ah, you lost again." Yep, that's what happened. And then he came over and gave me like a little fake hug.
That was nuts.
It's a little bit of a heckle in there.
I ask you this every year.
Yeah.
You're still going to go?
But put a tape in?
No.
If I get nominated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because here's the thing about the Emmys that I realized after the fact. Like the Oscars, the actual like the Emmys for television, it's a televised event. It's a thing people pay attention to. In the world, no one has any idea that the Emmys, sports Emmys, exist.
Correct.
Except for the people in the industry and the people in that room. And the people in that room, it's everyone that you can think of. Or there's some people that aren't there. They've been nominated. They just didn't show up for one reason or another. And so if you're nominated to be in that room because the industry says you're among this group, then I think that it's only appropriate that you go and be in that room. And I told you, like this year, literally, I had like a total epiphany about that being in there, that's not the validation, that's the satisfaction. You're among this group. It's everybody. And it's, the Olympics are winning everything, what you expect them to do. I thought Mike Tirico would win because the Olympics won everything, and Mike was hosting the Olympics, and he's incredible. And I mean, shout to Ernie. I just figured if you can beat Tirico in an Olympic year, well, then you're Superman. But am I going to go? Yeah, I'm going to go. And you get to go to New York City with your wife, have an adult day and an evening. Our friends, there's a restaurant called Campagnola, an Italian joint in the Upper East, where they're going to have us late night. We're going to bring the trophy if we ever win, or we'll go to a diner and smash an omelet and a waffle. I sent you a picture of the food, and it was just
mass destruction.
Truly, it was not pretty ever, but specifically on a night like that when I'm haven't etten any dinner.
Yeah.
So what am I going to go if I get nominated? I would go every time.
Okay.
I'm not going to get bitter and not go and because I never win. Well, to me, you lose if you don't go. If you just decide you don't want to go, I think that's your.
I lost. All right,
because I didn't go, and then you can go, and then when you don't win, the next day your child can say you lost again, like mine did. Shout to Game Day, you guys won.
Yeah. So you're saying I should have went?
No, I'd say it's different. I'd say when your show,
individual towards a team.
Because I've won Emmys being on Game Day. I won being on SportsCenter. Like I've won Emmys being part of it. And I'm not minimizing your role or importance in that. You won, but when you're nominated singularly as a host, to me, like that's. I'd say you got to go for that. Mm-hmm. It's you. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
As
no
opposed
doubt.
to if everyone from Game Day went, it would be. I mean, it's an army that you guys are.
Yeah.
But that was fantastic that you guys won. I was thrilled for you. At the NFL Live one, the end of the night was big. ESPN took a bunch of awards late. But it was diner food and Ofer. But
why isn't it televised?
I don't think anyone outside the industry cares. I just don't think it's a thing. It's very, very, very inside the Beltway, and the only people that know who wins are the people that are in the room or that are in the business, the way I think of it. No one outside is going to make a thing out of the fact that you won or lost, as far as I can tell. Like, no one's ever talking about it. It's not a topic of conversation after the fact. But anyway.
Okay. I got one last thing.
0 for 9.
Have you ever dealt with, you order stuff online?
I sure do.
Have you ever dealt with the iShop app?
I don't know.
It gives you like the tracking number and then like it could follow.
I think so. And then it says you have like some amount of money
Yeah, you could like gain
that you could
points and
apply
stuff.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to give it an endorsement or is it?
Oh no, this is horrible.
Okay.
I'm just following it. I ordered a Mother's Day gift.
It's Mother's Day was in the rear view.
Yeah, I ordered it in the middle of April.
Still don't have it?
On April 29th, parcel data submitted to carrier. May 11th, the package leaves the processing center.
Mm-hmm.
How long does it take to process an envelope?
Apparently a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Still don't have it.
No.
And said wife has left the premises, and he's negotiating this solo with a wifey that didn't get her Mother's Day gift.
And May 15th, the parcel arrived at the processing center.
Where is that?
No clue. On May 23rd, the parcel arrived at the processing center. On May 27th, the parcel arrived at the processing center.
What's this app?
It's iShop.
Somebody
so
needs
certain things you order online, they automatically connects you to this thing.
Okay, well,
it's not. It doesn't work.
Right.
And I'm like,
you still don't have the gift for your
still
wife.
Don't have it.
All right. Well, someone needs to address this. Someone needs to fix this immediately.
When you pay in your order and you're guaranteed something,
it's goods and services.
I see more Amazon trucks driving around. Like, it can't be on one of those.
Well, maybe there's your mistake. Needed to just Amazon Prime that sumbitch.
Yeah, I wasn't on Amazon Prime.
Okay. Well, I want somebody that knows something about this app and this.
It's terrible.
Fix this
because it's an ultimate tease. You think you're doing something good. You want it to, and it's just.
And you started in April, by the way. You're ahead of the game.
Way ahead of the game.
I admire that. I was
doing
some last minute, but then the last minute I just go wild and just start buying like crazy. A lot of clickety click click click. But then it's got to show up.
Yeah.
What are we doing? iShop app.
You ready to go on the road?
Not really. This is new. Steve, I don't know if you know this about me. I'm kind of a creature of habit.
What are you going to do on your days off?
What, in between the NBA stuff?
Yeah.
Come home.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I'm going to spend 2 days just sitting there in the Brickyard or whatever it's called.
I'm going to look and see how many days are off in between.
I don't know. I don't do well when this is a new wild card that's been added to the mix. So we're just.
You like those?
Not really. Not really at all. But then it'll be summertime and we will see you later.
The light is at the end of the tunnel.
Kind of feel it.
How's the swing?
Got out there last week. The wrist did not hurt. Shout to the cortisone shot. Seems to have fixed this. I'm gonna knock on some wood real quick.
I think the others are kind of doubting the reigning champ.
That's fine.
Any new equipment?
Nope. Don't need any. Shout to the spider putter we got last year. That was incredible. That won us a title. Their doubt is like PEDs to me.
Nice. Keep it coming, boys.
Pile it up. I'm going to just inject it right into my buttocks, right here in the old. I just need to play a little bit. We'll see. But it doesn't matter because now it's house money.
Do you have that shot that Angel Cabrera had on 18 when he was off?
Mm-mm.
What a shot.
Nope. Don't have that one.
No? You don't need it.
Hopefully not. Hopefully we just hit it on the green and you putt from there. Not playing from the schmutz. What do we got? We got playoffs all week. Legler's in studio.
College baseball.
What'd you want to say about that? That was one point you want to make about.
Yeah, it's freaking wide open. I don't understand it. A couple interesting things. We've always talked about the portal in sports.
Uh-huh.
Baseball, it's bananas.
More so than basketball where your entire team is new?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because Virginia they've gone to Omaha the last 2 years. They were preseason number 2. Bunch of guys back, got some other guys, had their Friday starter back, didn't make the tournament. Preseason number 1, Texas A&M, made a ton of moves, had the best player in the league, that Jay Slaviolette. He gets hurt. They don't make the tournament. Preseason number 1 and 2 don't make the tournament. And now you got Vanderbilt. The last time the rankings were out, they were number 9. They're number 1 overall seed.
Okay.
So it's freaking wide open.
And isn't it like the top 6 were like all SEC teams, something like that?
6 of the 8, I think.
I don't know. I saw it. I just felt like I was going through it, and it kept being an SEC team.
6 of the 8. Well, we got some interesting. Hattiesburg's hosting. Conway, South Carolina.
Yeah, it gets weird.
Corvallis
Gets weird in Conway.
There's some interesting ones. I'm just love it because it'll be on all day and all night.
Okay.
You'll be watching. You always watch it.
I do. I enjoy it a lot. You want to go to Omaha?
I really do.
Well,
maybe when
wifey comes back from Vegas as a reward, you get to hop on a plane and go to Omaha.
We got NBA Finals.
OKC's close. We'll just hop a bird from there to there.
Is it?
I don't know. Close enough. We're more in the middle.
It sounds like we should go.
Okay.
You got a guy?
Talk to somebody.
No choppers, though.
There'll be none of that. Everyone out there, pray for Steve.
We're fine.
We got outfits and attitude. That's really what it's about.
Dominate this week.
Again, I admire you. You
want to come over for dinner?
I'm
mac and cheese?
I'm all set.
Come on.
Fish sticks?
Oh, yeah, fish sticks.
My kids.
How about mini corn dogs? Your kids eat those?
My kids don't eat fish sticks. No, they wouldn't do that. None of that.
Hot dogs?
Sure.
Burgers?
Yeah.
Pork chops?
Fake ones?
Real ones. No, I got real ones.
I don't know. You go to Steve's house, like, hey, here's a pork chop. Like, this looks like a hunk of turkey.
No, I just got them at the teat.
How
are your kids with condiments?
Lots of ketchup.
Really?
Lots of ketchup.
We don't. Anything.
Nothing?
Nothing.
This from a man that puts more salt on any meal than you've ever seen anyone put on anything. They're not. Do they just with the salt?
No.
That's just Dad.
I'll sprinkle a little on the fries.
A little.
For them.
Sodium levels.
When I say a little, it's a little.
It's okay. Well, everyone pray for Steve. You got this. And we'll see you on TV, and we'll see you at the finals. And we'll be back here next week, right?
Where are we going to be for the finals?
TBD.
TBD. All right.
I mean,
Jack says 6 of the top 7 SEC.
All right.
Vols win, though. They got to go on the road to Fayetteville.
That guy invented the game, right?
We'll see. Last year, it felt like he did.
Rocky Top.
Get baseball at the box in Baton Rouge. Give me that.
No more talking.
Bye.